Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get working. Homework 1.1, first assignment of the year. Now, these videos, if you're watching this, I'm glad that you are. This is going to become very much of a norm in our class. This is the way we're going to push that information out to you. So this way we're not taking up extra class time, but if you want extra help, it's going to be right there. So my intent on this video is pretty simple. We're going to walk through every single problem. I'm going to share with you my thinking, Mr. Bostic as well. And then this way you'll always have a guide to help you through your practice. Now, of course, there are good and bad ways to use this kind of practice. So one thing you don't want to do is simply just follow along and copy. That's not really going to help. I mean, sure, you might get another % or two on your homework grade, but really what that's going to hurt is your preparation for the test. And let's be honest, the test is really where the points are going to come and go. So that being said, I hope you have your homework in front of you. Let's go ahead and get rolling on homework 1.1. Okay, so in homework 1.1, wait, look at that. Okay, so in homework 1.1, the very first shape equation puzzle was actually the homework, and the second one, of course, was a bonus. So let's get working on this first one. So I'm going to zoom in to do some work here, but again, I'm going to share my thinking. So when I'm looking at this, the thing I'm asking myself is that where should I start? Where's my entry point? I mean, I do have 4 clues here that I could actually use to get started. But really, where should I begin? So I'm looking at each of these clues, and what I'm thinking is, how many unknown things am I asked to figure out for each clue? So like in clue 1, I have 3 unknown things I have to deal with. I have a triangle, a diamond, and of course a star. In clue 2, I only have to deal with 1 unknown thing. Here again, I have 3 different ones. And here I have diamond, diamond, triangle, so I have basically 2 different things. Of course, the diamonds are the same thing. So if I'm looking at this objectively, I really want to start with clue 2. That is where I want to start. So if I'm looking at clue 2, this just becomes a very much open-ended guess and check kind of game. So I'm looking at clue 2 and I'm thinking, well, I have this number triangle. I divide it in half, I get a 4. So what number, when I cut it in half, do I get 4? Well, hopefully you guys are with me. Pause the video and, of course, think a little bit for yourselves. But I have an 8. So 8 divided by 2 is 4, so I am pretty confident that's the answer. Now here's the big thing. If triangle equals 8, all triangles have to equal 8. So I'm going to go ahead and write an 8 over each one of these triangles. Now I have to make a decision about where to go next, but again, my decision is based on how many unknown things do I know. So I figured out clue 2. I know that triangle is going to equal 8. And in fact, I'm going to go ahead and mark this over here to the side so I don't forget. Triangle equals 8. And this is actually a very important part of this process. You just don't want to write it in your problem. That's like taking all the ingredients of a cake, throwing it in the bowl, mixing it up, and just leaving it there. You don't actually bake the cake, you don't really have anything. So this part right here, listing out your answers, is a very important step, right? So going back to what I said before, clue 2 is done. I still don't know 2 things in clue 1. I still don't know 2 things in clue 3, but here I just have diamonds. I think that's where I'm going next. So if I have 2 plus a diamond equals 8, what is that diamond? And the thing I have to think to myself is these diamonds are the same. So 2 plus a number plus another number makes 8. So this is just going to be trial and error. So if I try 2 plus 4, that's too much. 2 plus 4 is 6 plus 4 is 10. That's no good. Okay, so 4 is obviously not going to be the right thing, so we got to try something else. Let me change my color here. Okay. So 4 was too much, because 2 plus 4 is 6 plus 4 is 10. So let's drop it down. What if I try 3 and 3? 2 plus 3 is 6, 2 plus 3 is 5, plus 3 more is 8. There it is. Guess and check definitely worked. So here we have this diamond is going to equal 3. But of course, if that diamond equals 3, then all diamonds equal 3. So now I'm getting very close to my answer. I need to solve for star, but the star in each place. So really this turns into which one do I prefer to do? Figure out this addition problem in clue 1, or maybe go down to clue 3 and figure out the subtraction problem. And for me personally, I think the subtraction problem is easier, so that's where I'm going to go. So I need a number. When I take 3 away, I get 8. So I'm thinking that it has to be 11. Okay, so if I go to 11, take away 3, that'd be 10, 9, 8. I get 8. So star is going to equal 11. Okay? So when you're doing a problem like this, what's really important to note is that it's not a difficult problem to do, but there's a lot of thinking involved. And the biggest piece of thinking is to evaluate your whole problem and figure out where to start. So when you're working this problem, or a problem this sizable, you never just want to jump in. Like if you jumped into the clue 1, you would never figure this out. You gotten frustrated, you would have given up. And the whole reason you would have given up is simply because, look at clue 1, it's too much unknown. But if you take a step back, evaluate objectively which is the best to go with, then you're going to be in business, all right? Let's take a look at this bonus question, because it was bonus. But that doesn't mean you can't attempt it. That doesn't mean we still don't want to try it. It just means, like, hey, we acknowledge kind of it's very difficult. Okay? So when you're looking at this problem, there's a few things to kind of keep in mind. And one of the things you have to keep in mind is that there's a lot more going on in these problems than what you've experienced in class so far. And again, class today was a little rough, let's be honest, but you guys were making some progress with the math, which was great. But it's all about knowing where to start. So if I'm looking at this, I want to start with the least amount of unknown things. And to me, that's got to be clue 1, but clue 4 also only has 2 unknown things. So maybe it's a combination, and you've seen that. In Puzzle 3 today in class, you needed a combination of things put together. So you have star equals diamond. Now that's really important, because if I have a star and I have a diamond together, they have to be the same number. So if star is 3, diamond's got to be 3. So I'm going to drop down to clue 4, and I notice that is relevant right away. I have a star times a diamond makes 25, but star and diamond have to be the same thing. So really what I'm asking is, what number times itself is 25? Well, there's only one set of numbers that do that. That's 5. 5 times 5 is 25. So right now we're off and running by just doing a little evaluation, kind of stepping back and thinking about my work and using more than one clue because I want to choose a good entry point. We've now figured out star and diamond are both 25. So we can go ahead and fill in a lot of this stuff. Star and diamond, here's a diamond, here's a star. So really, we're almost done. Like that one that we turned out to be bonus turns out might have been the easiest one, because all we really have to consider now is what this triangle is. And I have many different places I can kind of figure that out, clue 2 or clue 3. I think I'm going to go with 2, and the reason why is this, because I know what 5 plus 5 is. 5 plus 5 here is actually just a 10. So 10 times a numbered triangle is 20. Well, 10 times 2 is 20, so I believe the answer is 2. Now, we don't want to leave it there. What we want to do is actually still check our work. And since we have this kind of solution explanation, which I've been talking through, but you can certainly write a lot more in, let's go ahead and check this. Okay, so we have 2 times 2 times 5 is equal to 2 times 5 times 2. Now, there's a couple things that clue us in that this is going to work. And the things that clue us in immediately is that we have 225 and 252. We have the same numbers of numbers being multiplied. And that seems to me like to be a big signal like, yeah, this is going to work out. But let's go ahead and work it out. 2 times 2 is 4, and that's going to be a times 5. Here we have a 2 times 5 is 10, and that's going to be a times a 2. So 4 times 5 is that's going to be a 20. 10 times 2, that's going to be a 20. That works. We are happy. This works. So, in kind of conclusion, we have star is going to equal 5, diamond is going to equal 5, and triangle is going to equal 2. So, boom. There we go. Now let's go down to this part. Now, staying sharp is important. Now, staying sharp is important because this is designed specifically to make sure you're keeping up with old skills or practicing ones that maybe we've learned very recently. So here we have one of those shape puzzles, and you guys rock this. Once you guys kind of got going on how to do it, you guys were doing really well, and I appreciate that. So here we have a number plus a number is 14, and a number subtract a number is 2. You know, I don't know if it matters which one we start with. I think I'm just going to start with a 14, and I'm just going to pick 2 numbers that add to 14. So my possibilities, I'm going to try to stay organized here, so I'm going to make a list. So what if I pick 7 and 7? Okay. Well, 7 and 7 certainly add to 14. But 7 subtract off 7 is 0. So that's not going to work for me. So we got to go to a different one. So I need some separation in these numbers. So what if I bump the circle up 1 and make it 8? Okay. Which means I got to bump the square down 1 and make it 6, because 8 plus 6 is 14. 8 subtract off 6 is 2. Hey, wait a minute there. We have it. We have 14 and 2, 14 and 2. So by guessing and checking, we have the circle equals 8 and the square equals 6. Boom. Next question. Continue pattern shapes for 3 more steps. Okay, well, what we have to do is figure out what in the world the pattern is right now. Like, if we want to continue this for 3 more steps, well, we have to know what's going on. So I'm looking at triangle, square, pentagon. Well, how do you distinguish those shapes? Those shapes are distinguished by their sides. So if it has 3 sides, that has 4 sides. Hey, this is working. 5 sides. So that means the next 3 have to be a 6-sided, a 7-sided, and an 8-sided. You guys want to know a trick about drawing these really well? Start with the corners, the points, the vertices. Check this out. 6. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And now what we're going to do is just connect. Boom, 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 boom. Okay. 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Boom, 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 boom. 7. Nah, it's not pretty, but what can you do? Now 8's that stop sign, so it's going to be like 2 on each side. Okay, so they are pretty, but I'm not expecting you guys to be total artists either, so you just got to represent the pattern, and you notice that it's a pattern of signs, which is interesting because the patterns kind of come in all different ways. Okay, so estimate to the nearest dollar the total cost. Now this is estimate, so if you pull out a calculator and you just add them up, you missed the boat, lady or gentleman. This is about just getting close. So let's estimate individually. $23.45. What's that close to? And keep in mind, we're going to the nearest dollar. So $23.45. That's pretty close to 23.5, like $23.50. $3.98. Well, $3.98 is awfully close to $4. $16.66. I think we kicked that up to 17 because you do want to round up. And then $12.08. In this case, will be $12 even because 8 we can round down. So we just add these pieces together. So 23. So well, we can do a lot of different ways. So 23.5 and 17, $20, $40, $50. That'd be like $50.50. 12 and 4 make 16. 50. That'd be $66.50. And since they wanted us to round up, that would maybe just go to $67. Okay, so $67. Now, the only thing I can mention is that I did round $23.45 to 23.5. You probably could have also alternatively just rounded that to 23. And that would have changed the numbers a little bit. Instead of going up to 67, you'd probably round down to 66. So I would definitely take 66 or 67 for this answer, depending on how you rounded initially. Okay. Ooh, last problem. A rectangle has length 7 inches and width 3 inches. Sketch the rectangle to determine its area in units. So we all know what a rectangle is. It's a sketch. That'll be perfect. 7 inches and then 3 inches. Now we know these are right angles, but think about what else you know about a rectangle. If this side is 7, I hope you know that this side down here has to be 7. If that side is 3, boom, that's 3 as well. Now that allows us to do some calculations. We want to do the area, and the area is just going to be length times width. So in this case, the length would be 7, and the width would be 3. So 7 times 3 in this case will be 21, and that's going to be your area. And if you want to be more specific, that's going to be 21 square inches. Okay. So guys, this is going to be a norm. We're going to try to do these videos every time you have homework, so pretty much every day. And you know, you're not forced to watch these, but you're greatly encouraged to watch these. Like if you tune in, and I know we give you a direct YouTube channel today, but there'll be other ways to get this video in the future. So check it out. If it helped, that's awesome. Tell other people in class that, hey, you know what? This helped a lot. This helped me understand at least how to do some of the work. Because we're going to use the videos quite a bit in this class. It's going to become a norm. So you guys have a great night. Let's see. This homework will be due for you guys on Friday then. So make sure you guys get it done. And, hey, head out to the Jamboree and support your team. So thank you so much. You guys have a great night.